Our first honoree that we'll be recognizing is Shakeima Chatman of Chatman Realty Group and Divas in Training. Shakeima is always someone that I've admired greatly for her diligence when it comes to how she serves her community and her attitude when it comes to how she conducts herself.
Great. So my name is Shakeima Clark Chatman. I am the owner of the Chatman Group with Carolina Elite Real Estate. I'm also the director of an organization called Divas in Training, which is a mentorship group for girls here locally. Born, I always say, and semi-raised in Charleston. My dad was in the Navy, so I spent my early years a good bit in Virginia Beach, Virginia, traveling as a Navy child, but I've been back home in Charleston since the 7th grade, and I just enjoy being in the community, serving the community. Charleston has given so much to me, so I just love giving back to Charleston.
Okay, awesome, awesome. All right, so what has been, you do just like how you just listed, you do a multitude of things. You have your nonprofit organization, you're a real estate agent. What was an influence for, well, a major influence in your life? It could be a person or a situation that you feel like influenced you to embark on this journey. Like, most people, they might want to just say, okay, I'm just going to do this and nothing else. But you decided, okay, I want to become a real estate agent and not just your average real estate agent. I want to be able to inspire the youth and not just this way, so yeah.
So honestly, real estate, it was something that I was pushed into. I always say when God put something before you, you're either going to leap or you're going to be pushed. Well, I had to be pushed because I had a great corporate job. I had bonuses, I was traveling, and then things started shifting in my life where God was just really calling me to step out on faith and stop relying on the corporate world and rely on Him. And real estate was the tool, the vessel that He put before me. And so I made that leap of faith and stepped out into the real estate world. In regard to Divas in Training, which really is my passion, real estate is my profession, but Divas in Training and mentoring girls is my passion. And it really is, Divas in Training is the answer to the problem that I had years ago. I was a troubled teen, just got in trouble a lot. And mainly it was because of things that had happened to me in the past that I didn't speak about and no one knew about. And so I always had this tough persona of who I wanted people to think I was so that I couldn't be in the vulnerable positions I found myself in as a child. So that's how Divas in Training came about, because I feel oftentimes like what happened with me, being that mean, tough girl, a lot of adults wrote me off, didn't really see a future for me. And so that's why with Divas in Training, I like to touch my diamonds, which I call them. These are the girls that have all kind of stuff all over them, all the dirt and the coal of the world on them. But if you take the time and chip away at them, you'll see under all that stuff are diamonds. And so that's what really inspired me, because I truly believe your purpose is always an answer to something that happened to you in your past.
Okay. I love that. I think that's really inspiring. I like how you refer to them as diamonds. That's really symbolic. And you know how people say, pressure creates diamonds
Yes.
and things like that. So that's really
And
empowering.
if you really take away all the dirt and all the junk, you have a precious jewel. And
Mhm.
so what I hate that people do about with, especially with kids and with girls, they don't take the time to figure out why they're doing what they're doing. They just focus on what they're doing.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Well, describe for us, I know you said that Divas in Training is your passion. This is what, you feel like you've been called to do. Describe for us, a particular moment maybe. It might have been, when with starting the program or something that might have happened to you, something that just was like confirmation, like, okay, yeah, this can work. I can do this. Like this is really what I'm supposed to be doing. This is my purpose.
Probably for me, that came, it comes in moments from our Dream Sparkle Shine event. So Dream Sparkle Shine is a conference that we hold every year, and it's just a day of empowerment where we bring in speakers that inspire the girls, and we also sprinkle in a lot of fun so we have a good time. Just having that event and leading up to the event, having girls literally run up to me, and what I remember, one girl in particular, was checking her in. I was checking my daughter in for youth church, and she recognized who I was from the event. She said, "Oh, you have that event?" I said, "Yeah, we have the event, and it's happening now." And she insisted that I take her money right then and there. She had been the year before, and so she was just determined to come. Or having another girl, last year, we often, not we always open the event up to girls from, some of the group homes in the area. I have a great support system. We always get them sponsored for free. Just having moments with them, opening their hearts out about things that happen to them, and us loving on them. Because I will tell you, and you know, Kim, you plan events, leading up to the event, it could wear you out. You're literally like, why am I doing this? But every single time I question that, I always have a moment with those girls that reminds me it's not even about me, it's about them, and giving them this space to realize that, people do care about you, and people are here to love on you.
Awesome, awesome. And yes, I understand events. It can be stressful. It's like
Yes,
you get all the way up to that day and you just like, I just want this to be over.
I'm never gonna, and
Like,
I tell myself every year, I'm never gonna do this again.
yeah. And then afterwards it's like, well, maybe I could like, oh Lord. So next question I had is, you seem like, such a positive, such an optimistic person, and I just love your energy. I love the energy you bring and you share to other people. How does someone like you stay focused? How do you stay positive? How do you keep that energy? Because I know we all have our moments where we like, man, I can't know.
Exactly. And I'm not perfect. I am far, far from perfect. Let's put that on the table. And you do have your moments, especially being an entrepreneur. It's a tough road. Sometimes it could be a lonely road. I've been blessed to surround myself with who I call my mastermind sisters, who I can go behind the veil and completely fall apart and say, hey, this is what's going on. And they'll let me have a pity party for a brief moment, because we all need that space. But they're the ones that say, okay, now you're done. Let's get up and let's fix it. So I believe that's important. I think my faith is also important. And really, I think what grounds me is just how I start my day. Just really spending time in silence and meditation, because once you start, it's go, 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 go. And just giving that time for clarity, I think that's really important. But I believe between those three things, meditation, my faith, and then having that circle of people that I can go to when times get tough.
It's very true. Having a support system is definitely very important.
It's a must. You have to find your tribe. You
Mhm.
definitely have to find your tribe.
Very, very true. So you made a comment earlier about your past self. So I've been asking everybody this question. So imagine I'm not here, like you're not talking to me. Imagine you're talking to yourself from maybe we'll say 7 to 12 years ago.
Okay.
Imagine you're talking to that version of yourself. What advice, with everything that you've learned, everything that you've experienced, how you've grown, what would you say to that younger version of yourself? What advice would you give them? Would you shake them? Would you slap her around? I know I
I
would
want to
shake
make sure
me.
I understand the question. Am I talking to my 7-year-old self or
Oh,
myself 7 years ago?
7 years ago.
Okay.
Sorry.
So
Yeah.
that's, about 7, 12 years ago, I had just stepped out into entrepreneurship. The one thing that I would tell myself back then is that fear is a false sense of reality. Fear, I could have been out in this world and living my life on purpose a long time ago if I wasn't afraid to fail. So I would definitely tell myself that fear is a false sense of reality, and that failure is just a part of the process. And the only way that you truly fail is if you fall and you don't get back up. And it's okay to fall. Just make sure you get back up.
I love that. I love that. And then my last question that I had, as in, you're an entrepreneur, you are a member of the community, you're very involved. Um, what do you think, being a part of the community, what do you think is next for the Charleston community when it comes to Black leadership, Black entrepreneurship? Where do you see us going when it comes to those things?
I think this is an interesting and a polarizing time in history. And I've been saying this over and over, and I will repeat it again. In the 50s, the visuals of Emmett Till in a cat in the casket sparked the civil rights movement. I think the visual of George Floyd dying the way he did has sparked something in the community that things just cannot go back to and be the same that they are. So I'm excited. I've been in Charleston most of my life, so I've seen a lot of changes, but I'm excited. And I don't know if it's just because I'm in the entrepreneurship world to see the number of entrepreneurs and business owners that are springing up. I'm loving the support for Black-owned businesses. And I'm also loving the support that we're getting from our other brothers and sisters who are outside of the African-American community, who I think, seeing those visuals have shaken them up and they've joined the cause. So I think the Charleston community, we may have been sleeping, but I think we're woke now. I love the collaborations. I think we still have some tough fights to fight, but the thing is, warriors are rising up and people are ready to fight.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I think that was good, 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 a good sense of direction that you just gave. I really love that. So last thing, I want to give you the floor. If you have any information you want to share, any thank yous you want to share to the community, anyone in particular, and how can people find you? How can people support you? How can people support your diamonds?
Okay. Well, thank you, Kim, for taking the time to do this. A lot of times when you work with your head down and you don't even look up. So thank you just for the honor. And then also congratulations to my fellow honorees. I know a good deal of them, and I know that they are amazing people in the community. So it speaks volumes just to be measured against them. I will say, if you want to, and then thank you to my family. I do need to stop and thank my family, because living the life that I live, sometimes they just have to kind of go along with me and they allow me the space and the place and the support to do that. So thank you to my family, from my husband, to my daughter, to my cousins, to my siblings, to my parents. I really am blessed with a great support system who they have just made me believe that I can do amazing things sometimes when I don't even think I can do them. So I have to say thank you for them. To support my organization, you can go to divasintraining.org. That's where you'll find information about Divas in Training. We are looking for new partnerships. We were doing mentorships in the schools, but of course, COVID has killed all of that. So we are looking for new partnerships when things open back up. And then my business is the ChatmanGroupSC.com. I also have a website on purchasing a house from a faith-based perspective based on my book, How to Possess the Land.com. And you can find me on any social media platform at the Chatman Group SC.